Welcome, Speed Gaming, to the SGLIVE 2021 Super Metroid Any Percent Tournament. This is a match between sloaters27 and LynxXUnlimited. My name is Eddie, and with me is the Hockey Towner. Hockey, how you doing today?
Well, Eddie, I gotta say, I'm doing fantastic now to be back in the commentary booth with you and about to watch these two incredible, just storied, superlative speedrunners of the Super Metroid Any Percent category. Sloaters versus Lynx in the winners finals, Eddie.
Absolutely, the winners final. This is not the grand finals. This is the winners finals. So the loser will be knocked into the losers finals and will have a chance to rematch against the winner here. Now, that being said, this is the match to watch of the tournament. Sloaters and Lynx being the 1 and 2 seed, Lynx being the number 1 seed, Sloaters being the number 2, making it all the way this far, crushing everyone up to this point, not dropping a match, and oh boy, are we in for a treat today.
I think so too, Eddie. Of course, we're going to be seeing the most challenging route of this Any Percent category. That is Phantoon Ridley Kraid Dragon, or PRKD for short. But Eddie, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. We're on Sirius Station. We got to get off the space station first.
For sure, for sure. We all know that Sirius Station is the most important section of the entire game. Link's hiding behind that little baby Metroid right there. You can't see him. You can't see him. Oh, wait. There he is.
Runners taking intentional damage here on Ridley, avoiding what is otherwise a lengthy canned battle. 100 pea shooter shots required, but instead just damaging themselves down to 24 HP.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And, you know, I've got to say, once again, these are the top 2 seeds of the tournament. It's just such an anticipated match. Lynx with the personal best of 41.52, Sloaters with the personal best of 42.14. Both players basically in the top 10 of all speedrunners in Super Metroid. This is just gonna be such a great match. I'm so excited.
Oh, no doubt about it. Looks like Lynx is having a really, really good escape. Oh, until the elevator room. Oh, thanks a lot, commentary curse. Finishing with a 44.62. Sloater is actually gaining a bit. He didn't get that D-boost in the tile room and had a really tough stairs room. But we're also less than 2 minutes into this race, Eddie. I don't know why I'm, I don't know. I guess I'm a little nervous. I usually don't get nervous on commentary, but I've just been following these runners for their speedrunning careers for so long, and Lynx is one of 7 individuals on this planet Earth to get a 41 or faster.
Yeah, I mean, Hockey, I've got to say, I'm even a little bit nervous for them. I mean, after all, at this point, these runners are locked in for the top 3. That is the prize money for this tournament. $320 prize will distribute between the first, second, and third runners. And the biggest thing here is that first place grand prize of a modded SNES Junior that, retails for about 200 or so, give or take. And it's, that's just a huge prize that they want to take home today.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I looked at the gallery of that mod, and having done some console work myself in the past, I was really, really impressed with the build quality and the attention to detail. I believe it was Hausdorff. Was that how you say?
Yes, Hausdorff, also known as Radon on Twitch.
Yeah, wonderful work, and it's such a generous grand prize to be donated to the prize pool.
For sure. So we do see Lynx with a little bit of advantage right now, and that is because, believe it or not, Sloaters does not run Moonfall. And that just goes to show that you can be one of the best Super Metroid runners in the entire world and not have Moonfall.
That's absolutely correct, Eddie. A lot of people do kind of question Sloater's decision not to use Moonfall, but the way that he described it to me in conversation was what separates him from the people faster than him. The time difference cannot be made up in Moonfall alone. So it's just about optimizing in every room. It's about having that really, really good run to get that storied 41-minute time. And he's right on the cusp. I mean, he's only 15 seconds away from a 41, but Lynx, I believe, last month improved his PB. I don't know if that was the first 41 he got, but I know that he PB'd last month, I think.
Lynx honestly on fire. He's been doing runs every night just to practice this tournament. In fact, yesterday on PB pace, getting another 41, not getting that PB, but getting another 41. At this point, he's just getting 41s like like a kid on Halloween,
Yeah,
getting candy.
Almost becoming routine for him. I mean, that's how you know that's a consistently elite player, or maybe an elite consistent player, depending on how you look at it. Oh, a little bit of a trip by Lynx. That's going to give Sloaters a chance to get some time back entering this parlor room. Both had really nice climbs there, Eddie. But heading to Bomb Terizo, they picked up those 2 major items already. Retro Brinstar is a distant memory already for both these runners. And I know Sloaters has a really nice kind of jumping setup for BT. I'm sure Lynx does it the same. I believe that is the optimal strat.
Yep. Okay. So we'll see kind of how these players approach this Bomb Terizo. There is the pixel perfect strat. That is what Lynx is doing right now. And yep, Sloater's also doing the pixel perfect strat. Stand right in that one spot, and Bomb Terizo will immediately jump to the back. Let's see how these fights go. Oh, Lynx not getting the resources he wanted. Oh, Sloaters doesn't either.
Oh my gosh, that is such terrible luck for both of these runners. Wow, but still, what did they avoid, Eddie?
they they avoided the. You know what? You say it for me. They avoided
both runners avoiding the decapitation animation, Eddie.
So, moving on forward, not losing those frames to the decapitation animation, we'll be heading into this tournament. Heading down.
I'm on the spot. Oh, I put you on the spot. I'm sorry. Like, no, quickly, say my line, Eddie. Say my line. So, very few seconds here separating these runners. Maybe 1 or 2 seconds as they head into this corridor with these green pirates. Eddie, they're blowing away those pirates, conserving that health on their way to Green Brinstar, so that they can execute the first major sequence break of the run.
Yep, absolutely. Just gonna do that mock ball in the early supers room. We call it the early supers room because you are sequence breaking the game a bit. You're not supposed to get the supers unless you fight this very unknown boss called the Spore Spawn. But avoiding that entirely, going into this room, and we'll do a little mock ball to keep your speed and pass a gate you're not supposed to, and you will get those supers that way.
No doubt about it. This is such a vital strat. Oh, Lynx having to go with a double backup. Oh no. My goodness. I was not expecting to see that. He's got to go with third time's a charm. Goes with the very difficult short hop backup strat there, Eddie.
Yeah. You know, I've got to say, I have literally, that is not a trick that people will typically miss once they get to a certain level. Nonetheless, I've never expected Lynx to ever miss that his entire life. I mean, I think he was born to be able to do that trick without making a single mistake. So I think at this point, perhaps maybe a little bit of nerve settling in. Lynx has mentioned that during races, he does get pretty nervous. I think his absolute massive amount of skill in this game masks that nervousness sometimes, but maybe that's what happened, and that's why he messed that up, because that's not something that you'll ever see him mess up ever again.
No, for sure. Just a little bit of a stumble. It of course, Eddie, I agree with you. I found it to be a little bit shocking, but I'm very confident that Lynx can make up some time on Sloaters, not just because of that moonfall, but there's just so many rooms, and it's so early. We're less than 10 minutes into what will probably be lasting less than 45 minutes.
Yep. And, it's another interesting thing to know about this matchup is I want to say that Sloaters and Lynx are both kind of known to be, there are some players that maybe are considered like very dynamic players, maybe higher variance, go for crazier strats and take bigger risks, and you might see them fail like spectacularly hard, or they'll just get an absolute sick time. Both of these players are typically known for being very, very, very consistent.
Yeah,
not to say that they don't do difficult tricks or anything like that, but it's more so that their play style is you kind of expect them to be on a very solid pace at a regular time and not just randomly lose, a minute because of something really bad.
No, for sure, Eddie. I mean, we saw it in Green Hill Zone, both of them getting that bug boost with that gate shot. Lynx with a little bit of difficulty here climbing Red Tower, didn't quite get it first try. But Sloaters is already into Alpha PB, sticking that D boost off that booyah.
A booyah. All right, so I gotta say, yeah, Link's also messing up the hallway a little bit. I think these are definitely some end character mistakes. This is kind of a significant lead at this point for Sloaters at this sort of level, where you know when Lynx misses a trick that, or not even like just a ledge grab, and he loses a quarter of a second. You know, you listen to him in the stream, he'll go, oh, he'll breathe like not a sigh, but he'll like a sigh of disappointment. So I can only imagine that, you know, losing multiple seconds here and there is something that he's not very happy with right now.
No, I'm sure not, Eddie. I agree with your assessment, but I think that given his capability, despite maybe feeling a little bit of pressure here in the winners finals, really, I mean, it could come down to moat here if Sloaters doesn't have a good moat, although it looks like he's about to. Um, but if Lynx can get across the moat clean and get some good Fantoon patterns, he's right back in this. Oh my goodness. Sloaters 27
Wow.
with first try, continuous wall jump, also called CWJ. That was impressive. And now
Yeah,
Lynx is going
first
to try to
try.
do the same thing.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I think he's got it.
Lynx loves the CWJ.
Oh,
Absolutely
fabulous.
nailing it.
Absolutely fabulous from both of these runners, Eddie. First
Oh
try
my gosh.
CWJs. Oh my goodness gracious.
And you know, just gotta say that first jump to even get the CWJ attempt, frame perfect. Second one, 2-frame window. So easy to mess up. Both these players nailing it. I mean, that's not even the kind of thing that in some of the top records that you'll ever see. Sometimes you have to often go to that horizontal bump jump back up, and that's just how it is. But both players nailing that amazing difficult trick.
Yeah. That was really impressive from both of them. I think Lynx is I think you can just turn that switch on. You can just lock in and just elevate your play a little bit more, you know, despite maybe some early mistakes. But Sloaters with a mid pattern here, looking to nail this Doppler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was about 5, I think.
Yep, that looked like a pretty solid Doppler. We'll see if he can get the 2-round. If it was just 5, it might be a little bit difficult, but we'll see.
Wow.
Okay.
That was
Yeah.
a textbook Fantoon. What was that, double mid pattern?
Yep.
That
2-round mid.
really nice.
We have the slow from Lynx.
Decent Doppler, though.
That was a 7-missile Doppler if the first one didn't connect with the wall. I wasn't able to see exactly, but he should be able to 2-round this right here.
He's got the mid here, setting up a little bit of manipulation.
Oh no! Wait, Lynx is low on health.
Yes, he is. 27 HP. He's got to watch out for these flames. Hopefully gets a large health drop here. Oh my goodness, that was so dangerous, but he's in great shape now health-wise, but unfortunately didn't nail the eye. Finishing off Fantoon with a super, but Sloaters has already got the super pack from left side of the ship, and he's heading all the way to Attic.
Hockey. So Sloaters is taking lead right here because that was not the best Fantoon from Lynx, but I've got to say, he had one hit from dying right there. That was a flame literally on top of Samus, and Lynx just he's got the biggest brain in the world, somehow able to just assess the situation, not a situation that you'll typically see, because Lynx might have reset it with that kind of Fantoon in an actual PB, but knew exactly what to do and survived the Fantoon. I can't stress enough how amazing that recovery was.
That was literally like split-second, millisecond type reaction time. If he had zigged instead of zagged, if he had done anything different there, he would have been dead.
Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, so Sloater's taking a nice little lead at this point. The mistakes are absolutely compounding a little bit. Sloater's really not making any mistakes right now, showing that he's an excellent racer. Lynx has to do a little backup, otherwise he's going to get hit by the atomic, and we'll be heading to the attic.
He had a little bit of difficulty in the attic himself. I'm talking about Sloaters here. He had to kind of backtrack and nail the last key hunter with a missile, but so far so good. He's made it to the bowling cutscene, and Lynx having a very nice attic for himself, and heading to bowling also. To get the first reprieve of the run.
Yep. So once Lynx crosses the bowling, which I'm sure he will, then we're going to be in the that's kind of like the end of chapter 1 of dangerous PRKD routing.
Eddie, if you love chapter 1, you're gonna just Adore Chapter 2.
But wait, there's more. But
we got buy one get one dangerous parts of the game here in PRKD, Eddie.
all right, so
Oh
Lynx
my.
does have 0 power bombs right now. Is gonna have to find ideally 2 power bombs. So he's gonna farm those crabs in the upcoming room. If he can't get a power bomb, at least 1 from there, he's gonna farm the B-Tom in the red tower, climb down.
Sometimes you got to farm that B-Tom. Sloaters' health is not looking that great. He's got to watch out for these crabs here. But using that pseudo screw attack to great effect and getting a power bomb off the crab and all the way back to red tower. So Lynx about to collect his gravity suit. Health is looking good, but like you said, power bombs could be an issue here.
All right, so Sloaters without any moonfall strats here. I don't know if that means he's gonna just farm one of the cacks. No, just gonna skip it. Has 9, in great shape right here. Doesn't quite get that D-boost, but that's okay. We'll jump across and do that little other D-boost right there.
I do love the D-boosts across the Hellway. I think even though they're relatively simple to execute, I just never get tired of seeing them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the D-boosts always, I feel like they just look really swag.
No doubt. As a movement technique of this game, there's nothing else like it. But Sloater's going to go and collect that Spacer Beam, essential equipment, essential hardware for this any percent route. Lynx making his way back down to red tower, so quite a bit of ground to make up on Sloaters here, Eddie.
But, you know, getting a little bit of extra time saved right there with that Moonfall. Sloaters does not have that technology equipped in his game right now. But yeah, so Lynx is going to have to farm this little frog. We'll see if he can do that in a quick manner right here. Because it will save him time in the high jump boost room if it can. Up ahead. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice, Eddie. My goodness. This race it's got me sitting, it's like pins and needles. I'm like rocking from side to side. I'm like, I can't sit still, Eddie.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, honestly, as a viewer, this is kind of what you want to see. I mean, I know Sloaters is ahead right now, but Lynx is the 41 runner, has shown that he's gotten massive times. I mean, I think even beating Sloaters' PB in random races here and there in this tournament, even in the qualifiers, I think was able to beat Sloaters' personal best. So, I mean, you saw Sloaters in chat earlier saying, you know, prior to the Moonfall, well, I'm glad that I had that lead in the beginning. But this is kind of what you want to see, because we can expect there's a good chance that Lynx might be able to make up some time. So this is really, you want to be on the edge of your seat here and really watch what happens in the upcoming rooms, because upper warfare is not the easiest to execute.
Oh, no question about it. There's a lot that can go wrong in all segments of this game, and it's just one after the other. Like you look at CWJ horizontal bomb jump as a major gatekeeper for the success of the run. Then you have a very challenging boss fight with no suits and very little energy and resources. But then it's just upper Norfair, everything can go wrong. Lower Norfair, everything can go wrong. Lower Norfair escape, everything can go wrong. And it's just and then on top of that, you still have Meridia. Like Kraid's an afterthought.
Yep.
Nobody screws up Kraid's warehouse too badly, but Meridia is a very challenging section.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen so many races in this tournament. Just the tide swings all the way at the end of the game in Turian, whether someone gets killed by Mother Brain or the Metroids just don't drop the ammo. We've seen it all in this tournament. So you can never count out a runner until they cross that finish line.
Oh, I completely agree. It looks like we're going to have a pseudo high five here right at Ice Beam. Had a really nice ice escape from Sloaters there, getting those kind of floating platforms to be frozen perfectly to execute a short hop mock ball to get under that gate. A very nice execution. We'll see if Lynx can have the same escape. But Sloaters is playing like a man possessed right now, Eddie. He's setting a really hot pace.
Sloaters is not giving Lynx any room to catch up right now. And honestly, this is looking real strong by him. It's interesting because, you know, even though Sloaters has this lead, he doesn't want to just take it easy. He wants to maintain as much of a lead and gain time on Lynx if he can, because this extra pressure that he'll put on Lynx by having this extra time will prevent Lynx from, will force Lynx to maybe perhaps make risky decisions just to catch up. I mean, Lynx might even consider going 15-10 this run because he has a lot of time that he has to make up here against Sloaters.
Yeah, that's for sure. That would save him 7 seconds just on the item fanfare alone, I believe. Assuming that Sloaters also goes 2010.
You know, I've got to say, I mean, like, Sloaters is putting up a really good show. This is probably the first time Lynx has actually been pressured in the tournament. Lynx, you know, just mowing through that upper bracket. Everyone says, like, well, I'm up against Lynx. I guess see you guys next tournament.
I'm just gonna roll over and die.
Yeah. So, I mean, Sloaters is just gonna be locked in focus. I know he likes to sometimes read the chat and have some fun, but he definitely wants to focus and make sure that he maintains this lead and gives Lynx no breathing room to catch up.
Oh, for sure. See another high five there at speed. Lynx entering, Sloaters exiting. Just a little bit of a hiccup there from Sloaters as he enters single chamber. But, oh, I love that D-boost right before double chamber. Just such a... You love the flying motion, the diagonal D-boosting. It's just too good. I know 100% has one in Bubble Mountain that's widely considered one of the best D-boosts in the game, but that's a nice one for any percent as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, I gotta say, you nailed that D-boost. It definitely feels as good as it looks.
But yeah, we got Wave Beam pickup for Sloaters. Lynx now with that speed booster, using that boosted speed to run right into those bugs. Oh, nice D-boost there. And yeah, this is getting pretty exciting here, Eddie. I don't know.
Yep. So yeah, Lynx going for a little 2 farm, a pretty typical farm that you'll get, and getting hooked up with all the supers that he needs. Coming in here with perfect resources. Lynx is skipping the weighted missiles.
Oh my
and
goodness.
This is why having this lead on this early situation is nice, because Lynx is going to increase his chances of losing just randomly in Turian because of that, and that's what Sloaters has done by having this lead. Now we have the Lava Spark coming up for Sloaters.
He's got the spark charged. Oh, beautiful execution.
Nails it.
Sloaters27 absolutely nailing that Lava Spark.
Yes, and every impressive and important trick that Sloaters lands is just additional pressure for Lynx to have to catch up. You know, Sloaters giving no breathing room. Sloaters, as you said, playing like a madman. What a crazy
he really
elevator time.
He's really feeling it right now, playing with a lot of confidence. But like we said, Eddie, you cannot count a runner like Lynx out. Lynx is well established in the top 10 of all time in this game, and does have the faster PB, so it's like that we're now entering the most challenging section of the game from start to finish. From entering to exiting Lower Norfair, it's just an absolute gauntlet that's just being thrown down here. But Sloaters with a really tidy worst room in the game, just trying to get this mid-air morph arc. Beautiful execution as he heads into Amphitheater.
Excellent. So yeah, throwing that little missile to save some frames because the shot is laggy. Lynx did get the Lava Spark, so Lynx is in a really good spot as well to get through this Lower Norfair, provided he makes no slightly uncareful. Like if you were to make, he would have to make some pretty big mistakes at this point to I would say not be safe in this Lower Norfair with the health that he has right now.
No, for sure. But beautiful Pillar Spark from Lynx. You saw the same from Sloaters, and Sloaters also getting that red Key Hunter Shaft Spark to destroy those Key Hunters. Plenty of power bombs as he enters Wasteland. Looks like Lynx having a bit of difficulty here in Worst Room. This is a very challenging room. It can kind of go off the rails really quickly. He's wisely. Oh my god, the morph under that Namahe flame was so smart. And having to reset the room here, though, is very costly in terms of time. Double Keiko from Sloaters, Eddie. He's not giving an inch.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I've got to say, Lynx going for a very scary backup where he goes off the right wall. That's very risky. I feel like very often you would maybe consider resetting this room, but Lynx knows that he doesn't have any time to really lose on Sloaters. Lynx should still be okay with this health. I believe that he'll get through here just fine, but that's not the kind of mistake that he really wants to make at this point.
Yeah, that was tough. He was so close to executing that backup, and that backup is so hard to do. I mean, you're basically having to juggle around these 3 yellow space pirates that just hit like a freight train. But we now have Sloaters using that death from above strategy, that extra charge shot on Ridley delivered from the vertical position. Gonna try to manipulate that pogo. Look at him just tanking the tail hit.
Running through Ridley to save the frames. He's running. He took an intentional hit on Ridley in a race setting. He is going for it. He is going to make sure that Lynx has no chance to catch up here. That's what he's trying to do.
I just can't believe it. I cannot believe the tenacity of this runner. But also Lynx sticking with it, had a single KO there in Wasteland. Shine Spark echoing both of the pirates, getting pretty good drops. Energy looking okay, but ammunition looking terrific, Eddie.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, Lynx is going to hope to get some big health in these farms over here to make sure that he can go through this Ridley fight without worrying too much. But, I mean, Sloaters so far having a very excellent Ridley fight. I think that's the last shot. Gets picked up. Oh my gosh.
That was a really impressive fight from Sloaters. We'll see if he grabs this E-tank. It looks like, no, just a quick farm and he's going to get out of there.
Sloaters forgetting to swap off that wave missile. Perhaps it's been a little bit of a hot minute since he did the last any percent run. But yeah, so Lynx is beginning this Ridley fight. Lynx, very good runner when it comes to killing Ridley. An expert at that beam, the beam strats, no extra strats for Lynx. So knows very well how to deal with a Ridley that has an extended fight.
Yeah, that was incredible. But yeah, Lynx locked in Mortal Kombat here. You see that manipulation, that little left side corner trap with the pogo pattern. Really nice execution. Just looking for that first color change, switching to supers, and triggering the second color change on Ridley. Yep. And that's when Ridley gets really aggressive, doesn't he, Eddie?
Yes. So with the 10 supers, he only needs 9 beam shots once Ridley turns red after he unloads all the supers. Looks like he'll get through that fine. And I've got to say, Sloaters is making this L1 escape look real easy right now. I mean, he's got so much health that he could just barrel through those pirates and he should be fine. But I mean, yeah, 131 health. He's got plenty of hits. I don't think he's going to mess up that Three Musketeers room, but even if he does, he should be able to survive. Meanwhile, Lynx hopefully is going to hope to get a little bit of health here. Yeah, okay, Lynx resources looking real good, actually. Those are some real good resources.
That was a terrific Ridley fight. Just calm, cool, calm, collected on that Ridley fight. I know that Lynx has got to be thinking about some of the more time-consuming mistakes he's made, but at the same time, he's operating at a level that is keeping him in this race and keep just nipping at the heels of Sloaters.
I can't stress enough that Sloaters is just not making mistakes. I mean, maybe very, very minor ones, but when it comes to executing a full run of Super Metroid in a race setting, Sloaters is not making mistakes. His consistency at the moment is incredible. I can't even, like, I don't have any words for, like, describing what's going on right here.
It's almost like we should just turn our mics off and just sit back and watch. But we can't. The show must go on, doesn't it, Eddie? We saw that beautiful speed keep, that speed ball out of Wasteland, and Lynx not having to tank a hit on those key hunters, just swerving around those bunched key hunters. Oh my goodness, on that escape.
Yeah, so I gotta say, yeah, continue, sorry.
No, it's all good, Eddie. Sloaters already back to Brinstar, heading straight to Meridia, but Lynx about to finish his Lower Norfair escape too.
Yep. So Lynx will be heading over to finish up this Three Musketeers. Don't think he'll have any issues with this. I've personally never really seen him mess this room up. Takes that one little hit there. That's okay.
That's fine, yeah. No problem. Could take one, can't take two, but you could take one there. With that HP, or maybe two. I don't know. You tell him, Eddie.
Well, 50 HP. I mean, he could take two right there. Lynx is... Point being, Lynx is completely out of it. He is completely fine, and we will be heading over to this Kraid and Meridia section.
Yeah, I definitely forgot about Kraid, so if this were me running this game with this ability, I would have had a G3 statue room. But both runners not forgetting that they have to go to Kraid. Sloaters using some interesting esoteric lag reduction strats there, I believe, but setting up for a missile Kraid quick kill. Pinpoint precision here, that was really tidy.
Yep, so hello Kraid, goodbye Kraid. That fight is over in the blink of an eye. And yeah, so Sloaters, with the 6 missiles and 7 supers, should be fine. He's got the resources that he needs. We'll probably drop that super on the mini Kraid and have that max supers going into Meridia. And yeah, his resources looking great.
No, for sure, for sure. Lynx entering Kraid's warehouse as Sloaters exits. Kraid's lair within the warehouse. But like you said, using that super missile, it's like an investment. You put a super in, you get 4 back, or you get 5 back. You know.
Yep. So yeah, if Sloaters had 5 missiles there, because Kraid will typically drop 4 missiles, he would have used probably some missiles right there. But yep. So once again, Sloaters really not making. I mean, maybe a very small mistake costs like a second right there, but Sloaters not making any big mistakes at all. And this is a pretty significant lead because Sloaters just has had a very good run so far. But
Oh yes.
Hockey, we have the Meridia section coming up, and this is chock full of pretty difficult tricks that could be a way for Lynx to catch up.
You're absolutely right, Eddie. You have not only just the movement, the optimized movement through the rooms. You have the Botwoon fight. You have the full halfy. You have the reverse full halfy, which is dependent on getting a blue suit and converting it to a spike suit. Dragon is always a very challenging fight, so there's a lot that can go wrong, and Meridia is one of the most technically demanding sections of this run.
Yes. So, Sloaters will be heading over to that Botwoon fight, and Lynx is going to missile the Kraid here because he's got plenty of health to take on Botwoon, so he's just going to use that super. Wants to conserve those missiles because sometimes you don't get enough missiles for the Dragon fight later on. So yeah, Sloaters heading over to this Botwoon fight, and let's see if he can do it. Oh, doing some of the more older strats, a timed X Factor right there, gets the bad pattern. Oh,
Still 1 round in. Oh my gosh, Eddie. One of the worst patterns you can get on Botwoon, and Sloaters just says, nope, I'm 1 rounding this.
Yep. And Hockey, we got your favorite strat coming up.
Yahtzee!
Okay. Hockey, I've got to say that was a little bit of a scam because I don't think he got the mock ball.
Oh,
But
whatever. You rendered me speechless, Eddie. I guess I got too much hype in me.
All right, Sloaters bonked that door. Still gets I think he bonked that door and still got the full happy, which is really crazy, honestly.
That's nuts. But Lynx into Aqueduct setting up for his Botwoon fight. Honestly, I don't know. Does Lynx use the decalled or does he use the more traditional X Factor?
Lynx does a more traditional X Factor. I know very well what a setup is. Oh no, Lynx. Yes, Lynx does the decalled X Factor. That's for sure.
The D Factor, as it has been called sometimes. Look at those particles swirling around, delivering them to Botwoon's face. What a perfect Botwoon! Ideal pattern, well executed from LynxXUnlimited. My goodness.
Great resources. We have Sloaters starting this Dragon Spark right here. Lynx getting the Yahtzee, by the way. But
Yahtzee!
Okay, so. All right.
What a dragon fight, Eddie. Oh, we're losing cabin pressure rapidly.
So, Sloaters can clutches out the spike suit because he got the bad frame, but recovers, gets the spike suit. That is going to be a significant time save. So, once again, Sloaters giving no room for Lynx to really catch up. Didn't have the perfect 2 in blue, but got the 3 spark, a very fast 3 spark. So, this fight looking good. Meanwhile, Lynx missing full happy. So, Sloaters, I mean, Sloaters is on fire right now.
Yeah, I cannot believe that this is unfolding this way. Not exactly what I was expecting, to be honest with you, Eddie. But don't count Lynx out. You absolutely cannot count Lynx out. There's so much that can go wrong between now and the end of the game still.
Yes, so Lynx having just barely enough resources where he will be able to have the chance of getting the 2 in blue strat. Had to farm a little bit of the mock trades in the previous room to hope to get a little hookup from the supers. I think he did get one, and that one is all that really matters right here to execute this strat properly.
He's got the 1-2 punch set up, the X Factor into the spark.
Look good.
Just needs to set up, deliver a super to that belly. What a fight from Lynx. The perfect 2 in blue.
Oh, gets the bad frame. Let's see if he can recover.
Get that left side.
Does not get it.
Doesn't get it. Oh, that's unfortunate.
We'll have to slog through the Coliseum. We'll have to employ some deboost. Meanwhile, we have Sloaters with 9 supers going into Turian, but his health is looking kind of low.
Goodness gracious. 9 supers? My goodness.
Oh my gosh. But you know what? That nice little deboost back up right there for Lynx.
Yeah,
but
that was...
The
That was really nice.
even though he's got 8 supers at the moment, the 93 health is not looking too good. That's a little spooky. Depending on the strat that he does, and if he doesn't get the health,
little.
yeah, I feel like Lynx is gonna want to, you know, do the farm strat on the pirates at least. And honestly, he's got some time to maybe just farm the bugs or something, because 93 health going into this is always not the healthiest that you can be going into Turian.
No question about it, Eddie. You saw Lynx with that great speedball through Botoon's room, but Sloaters with a little bit of farming doesn't quite get any health drops. I don't think those pirates have a high drop rate for health. But
You know, Sloaters was kind of skipping that farm, and I feel like when he got to the second last pirate, he was like, wait a second, maybe I need to take a second to farm, because he stopped for a second and then still didn't grab the farm, but he did hesitate for a second. So I'm wondering if he's kind of realizing that maybe his health is a little sketchy, and he does have this commanding lead right now. I mean, Sloaters really wants Lynx health right now. That 309.
309 reaching the surface of the ship is absolutely nutty. That is a really, really great amount of health. Not quite the same ammunition that Sloaters had reaching the surface of Zebus here for the penultimate time.
Yeah,
but,
and I gotta say that 3410 G4, I think that might potentially be PB pace for Sloaters. He has not made any mistakes really in this run.
Yeah, that's nuts. I mean, Sloaters coming into this, I know Gebu tied him with a 42-14, which is just an absolutely bonkers time. I mean, when I first started watching this game back in 16, you had a tied world record between Zost and Oats and Goats at 42:10. It's 4 seconds off of a former world record. Like, that's nuts.
Yes, for sure. All right, so Sloaters did get some health right there. So he is looking to be able to. Oh, that's scary.
Oh yeah, that's real scary here.
Okay, his health is okay.
Good recovery, but my goodness, that gave me a little bit of a scare there.
It gave me a scare as well. Oh, getting
he did it again. Oh my goodness gracious. Sloaters, get it off. Scrape him off, man.
Oh, yeah, and his super's also not looking that great. So this is definitely the kind of mistake that Lynx really wants to see from Sloaters, that if he wants to be able to catch up here. Okay.
The ultimate farm, 2010 with at least 2 tanks entering. My goodness.
So Sloaters is going to want to super this because he doesn't want to get any missile drops in here, because that'll take away from the chance of a health drop. Okay, we'll choose to missile it and is fine.
He's got full resources. That is some RNG right there.
Yep.
Whew.
Okay, so looking real good for Sloaters right now. Even got the little Rinka D boost. He got the little Sloater special where he did his special Rinka D boost. And
Sloater special.
This is looking real good right now for Sloaters.
Well, Lynx is heading down into the Metroid rooms. If he can keep it together, nail this baby skip. I mean, it all comes down to Mother Brain 1 and 2. But yeah, if Sloaters by some chance doesn't get this baby skip, that's going to put Lynx, you know, it's going to revitalize him. But
oh my gosh.
Not today.
Sloaters is just not making mistakes. I mean, the Metroid rooms had, you know, there were some mistakes, but like in terms of a race setting, this is a very, very strong showing by Sloaters.
No question about that.
Oh, Lynx getting caught up in that really bad way. Sometimes that Metroid can stick you against the ground, but resources is still looking fine. No save by Sloaters.
No save, yeah, that's gutsy right here. That's respect to your runner that, you know, despite the mistakes Lynx has made in this run, he's right there. He's in Metroid Room 4.
Okay, so we have Sloaters getting into the final scary part, the Mother Brain 2 part. Lynx getting that Rinka D boost and has the resources that he needs to finish off this run as well. So this is it. We got to watch this Sloaters fight. This is what it comes down to, potentially.
It's going to be 60 shots in this Mother Brain fight. The Spazer, Charge, Wave, Ice combo doing 1/3 the damage output of the intended beam combination by this juncture of the game. You also see that in KPDR, any percent runs with the plasma beam. But Mother Brain definitely starting off with some pretty aggressive patterns here. Oh, Lynx
Gets
getting
grabbed
by the baby, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage of the game, Lynx kind of has to hope that Sloaters gets killed by Mother Brain. And man, Sloaters just Mother Brain asking, "You want an extra serving in onion rings?" Just getting a lot of onion rings.
A lot of onion rings, just the triple order at this point. And those meatballs not doing him any favors, but you know, manipulating that French fry, hitting the center of that meatball to not take any damage off of it. But this is a really challenging Mother Brain fight.
Yep, looks like he's got it under control. This ketchup panner doesn't look too difficult. Sloaters only has a few shots left before it's over.
I think he only missed one shot there in this catch-up phase, but Lynx is through, having refilled his health. He's got 15 and 8, so I'm gonna use one. 15-7 is, I believe, just enough.
Yep, so Sloaters getting through that Mother Brain 2 fight, and that is the final dangerous part of this run. We have Lynx with the 15-10. Gotta hold your breath, make sure that no misses get sniped here, because if a single missile gets sniped, it's over.
Oh my goodness. The clutch. The absolute clutch from LynxXUnlimited. Can you believe this, Eddie?
Oh yeah, I mean, Lynx just... I can't believe what we're witnessing right now, because this is... I mean, for lack of a better word, this is the first seed against the second seed, but I think we could all say that this is going to looking like it's going to be an upset. Sloaters might,
yeah.
you know, not might, is going to knock down Lynx into the lower bracket here.
And then that's going to put, I believe it's Gebu who's waiting for the runner-up of this match. So there's still a chance that Lynx could face Sloaters in the grand finals.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
But also, Gebu has been playing pretty well himself. I know he said that he wanted to kind of get back into the tank and put in some serious practice. So I think that Lynx, assuming that Sloaters wins this match, that Lynx versus Gebu match is going to be absolutely preposterous.
I mean, Hockey, I've got to say, this final three, I mean, when it comes to PBs, these are the top 3 PBs of the entire tournament. It just goes to show that there's also no free matches. Oh, that little catch-up despawn was a little spooky, but yeah, so Lynx getting through this catch-up phase, and man, Hockey, this tournament and the final stretch is getting real spicy.
Yeah, we're talking, you know, Trinidad Moriela Scorpion levels of Scovilles here. I mean, we're just taking it to high heat, taking that oven from 500 degrees to just high broil. You see Lynx surviving Mother Brain 2, but Sloaters with a really nice shooting rhythm on Mother Brain 3, about to start his escape. My goodness, Eddie, I was not expecting this.
I wasn't either, Hockey. I knew it could happen, but I wasn't expecting it. I don't think anyone was necessarily expecting it. But you know what? I think I know maybe what it is. Sloaters in the other Super Metroid Random tournament, was the runner-up, getting knocked out by Kip. And I have to say, maybe that anger is fueling him here, because when Sloaters is angry, he does not lose.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. I mean, Sloaters is a pretty stoic runner, but you gotta assume he was feeling pretty salty after that rando final last night. So yeah, that's definitely possible. But Sloaters is definitely the type of runner that is incredible at capitalizing on opponents' mistakes. Like because he usually keeps the restream up, and if he sees his opponent making mistakes, he actually elevates his play. He actually plays even better.
You know what? Maybe that's what it is. It's almost like a superpower that Sloaters have. He feeds off his opponent's mistakes in this phase. Because if that's the case, that would make a lot of sense. Because Sloaters played so well today. I can't stress how amazing that this time is going to be.
It's gonna finish like 10 seconds off of his PB, maybe 13, 14 seconds. Wow.
Oh
GG's.
my gosh! And you know what? That's it for this race. Sloaters finishing in first place with an official racetime.gg of 42 minutes and 29 seconds. Get your GGs in chat for Sloaters27.
GG Sloaters, my goodness. But we still got Lynx getting that great shooting rhythm on Mother Brain 3, about to start his escape. Definitely going to be finishing off this race. Not the time he was looking for, but not out of the tournament yet.
Oh, absolutely not. The loser in this case, Lynx, will be going on to face Gebu in the losers finals. And if he can make it past that round, then he will have to play Sloaters twice, as it is a double elimination bracket. Now that being said, no free matches here. Gebu is an incredibly strong runner. Lynx, bringing Gebu into this tournament and saying, "I'm afraid of Gebu." So, I mean, I've got to say, like, this is just a really spicy tournament. These results are spicy, and I have to imagine Sloaters is ecstatic with the results of today.
I completely echo that sentiment, Eddie. It looks like Sloaters will be joining us for an interview. Lynx just bringing it on home. Just got to get this behemoth spark up the reverse climb, or reverse fall, I should say. And we are joined by today's winner and advancing to the Super Metroid Any Percent Tournament Grand Finals, sloaters27. GG, Sloaters.
Thank you, guys.
So Eddie and I were speculating. We see Lynx finishing up real quickly here. He's going to join us as well, I hope. But Eddie and I kind of speculated that Sloaters from last night, things didn't go the way you wanted in the finals of the Rando tournament. So I think you came in here with a bit of a chip on your shoulder and you smelled blood.
Maybe a little bit for sure. But I mean, I certainly did not expect to win this. I mean, I know there's always a chance, but Lynx is, I mean, if you ask anyone, they're going to tell you Lynx is definitely the favorite in this tournament. But I was very fortunate the stars to align, that I just had a very good run for myself, and that he got tripped up by a couple things and got unlucky with a few things. So yeah, it worked out incredibly well for me. And I was actually tied with my PB at G4, so that was pretty cool.
That's incredible, Sloaters. Just incredible. That was Eddie and I kept remarking, we're like, he's not making any mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, Sloaters, I've got to say, maybe like occasionally you might have maybe not had the best ledge grab here or there, or maybe took like a half-second fall for somewhere, but you pretty much nailed everything in this run. Really just didn't give Lynx any time to breathe. Lynx, knowing that he was behind, actually chose to skip the wave missiles and go 15-10. I mean, what were you feeling when you were just kind of flying through this entire run today?
Honestly, like, my hands are still freezing. I hate playing this game with cold hands, and I was hoping they'd be warmed up by now. And when the run started, I'm like, great, this is going to be a train wreck. But for whatever reason, everything just hit. I got good RNG on all the bosses and all the drops and everything I needed. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how these runs happen. They just sporadically kind of happen where I get like a PB pace run coming out of Ridley. So, but it feels great.
Yeah, I mean,
for sure.
Just an absolute incredible race time, that 42:20. I think you got into G4 essentially pretty much tied with your PB. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was ahead by 1/10 of a second. So,
I've got to ask you, when you're kind of on PB pace in that situation, do you consider the fact that this is a race, or do you just kind of go for it and maybe go for that PB? It's got a question I got to ask.
I mean, in this situation, it's still a race. If I didn't have enough health, I was going to grab Ridley E-Tank just to make sure I got out of there, but I was very comfortable with what I had. But I mean, if I had to, I would have maybe refilled it, like if I had like bad Metroid drops, to make sure I was full for Mother Brain, because it is still a race. And
yes,
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that a lot in other runs where the bad Metroid drops in the end. There's nothing you could do about it. Getting scammed out of being able to finish that Turian. But yeah, your drops going into everything. You had that perfect maxed out drops. And I mean, honestly, I don't really know what else to say, because usually when a runner makes like a significant mistake, we'll be like, yeah, what happened in this situation? How are you going to recover for it? But you didn't really make any mistakes this run, so it's kind of hard to bring up any points of the run where talking points of the run, actually.
Yeah, I can't really think of any like big rooms or strats I was upset with. It was kind of like you said, it was just like a lot of little stuff that was just adding up. Probably like, I mean, the Metroid rooms went pretty bad, but I recall kind of like a lot of sloppy movement going through Meridia and Kraid's Lair and Lower North Air Escape. So, but I mean, it's a super good run for me. I'll absolutely take it in a race.
For sure, for sure. So that means you will be heading into the grand finals. This does guarantee you that at least top 2 in this situation. So knowing that whoever wins between the Lynx and Gebu match coming up, that you have that extra life because this is double elimination. I'm assuming that's got to be a nice little weight off your shoulders at least.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know who I want to play more. Like, I'd love to get a rematch versus Lynx. I'm sure he really wants to have one too, because he's just phenomenal. He's a really strong competitor. But at the same time, I haven't gotten to race Gebu at all yet, and him and I have the same PB right now, which I feel was like a personal attack towards me. So I kind of want to take him down.
Oh my gosh, fighting words, Sloaters, fighting words.
I don't believe this.
Everyone here sweating in the chat right now.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we actually have the same PB. I was thinking like, oh, he's gonna be like, oh, that's so neat. Like, what a coincidence. Like, no, it's a personal attack. This is an affront. This is an assault on everything that I've worked towards.
Oh, but that's going to be a really cool match to see. And it can honestly go either way because both those guys, they've been putting in a ton of work in any percent lately. And it's really showing with the consistency they have and the times they've been putting up. So it's going to be awesome, whoever comes out of it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Just an electrifying match. You know, was super happy to calm this, super happy to see all the strats that you're hitting. And just, I don't know what else to say. Hockey, do you have any words or questions that you'd like to ask Sloaters? Because I'm kind of, I don't even know what to say at this point.
You know, I usually, you know, Sloaters and I, you know, not only am I a fan, you know, unabashedly, but, you know, we are friends. And I've never really known Sloaters to wear the black hat quite as much as he has in this tournament, just between popping in chat to just, you know, get a little chippy with his opponent, or also, you know, what he just said about Gebu tying his time. I'm like, I like this side of Sloaters that's coming out.
For sure.
Well, it's always more fun when there's a little competition, a little bit of you know, pushing
shade.
buttons.
Yeah, I like to see that spicy side of Sloaters. Have seen him call out some people in the tournament previously, namely Stachio Cat. That was always a fun clip that we got earlier. But yeah, Sloaters, I gotta say, with this excellent victory, do you have any final words for your fans and everyone in chat here, with all the people that are watching right now?
I'll just say GG to Lynx again. It was a pleasure being able to race him in this. I'm really looking forward to the next match, whoever it's with. And thank you, Hockey and Eddie, for handling the commentary. I appreciate it.
It's our absolute pleasure, Sloaters. Thank you for an amazing race and tournament. But we're not even done, Eddie.
No, we're not even done. So the matches have not been scheduled yet, but we have, you know, 2, technically 3 matches that still have to go on, because with Lynx getting knocked down into the lower bracket, he will be playing Gebu in the losers final, and the winner of that will have a potential 2-round deathmatch against Sloaters in the grand final. They will be playing for cash prizes. They will be playing for that SNES Junior, and it's just going to be electrifying. That will be scheduled by tomorrow, so when it is on there, please make sure to tune in. It's going to be so good. Hockey, you have any final words you want to say before we close this out here?
No, I think we covered all of our bases. I think that this tournament has been amazing. Eddie, I think you've done a phenomenal job. Everybody at SG has done a phenomenal job as always, and it's just always. I said this when we were doing comms the other day. I think it was for Rando, but I have such a tendency to gush about this community, but like, it's just such a treat. It's such a privilege to be able to lend my voice and my kind of loose sense of humor to talk about this game and about these amazing runners that run it.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, Hockey, we're glad to have you here on comms. You know, the legendary Hockey Towner shouting out that Yahtzee when they grab that Botsuni tank. We got some great moments here. So
I literally have to like tilt my head back and like move away from the mic to do that because I don't want people to go deaf.
All right, so I think that about does it for us right now. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in for this SGLIVE 2021 Super Metroid 90% tournament. This was the winners finals, and we do have the losers finals remaining and the grand finals, which will all be done and wrapped up by tomorrow. So when it's ready, please tune in. Give those runners a follow. Let me throw that command out there right now. Give those runners a follow. Twitch.tv/sloaters27, Twitch.tv/LynxXUnlimited. And that about wraps it up for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. And we will see you next mission.